there's very different coastline to be found at Airstúke, typical of the varied landscape of the Western Isles. In the middle of Loch Roig is the island of Great Bernera, which is a very successful lobster fishing centre. The bridge to Great Bernera from mainland Lewis was built over 50 years ago, after a great deal of lobbying by the islanders themselves, I'm told. Crofting is still commonplace all over the Isle of Lewis, and many of the traditional crofting methods remain intact here. Lewis people are acutely aware and protective indeed of their heritage and history. Many villages have their own historical society. Conservation work is ongoing here in h-Eileanan, the last remaining group of traditional black houses on Lewis. It's nice to see these unique dwelling places being put to good use in the 21st century by the island's many tourists. Still on the west side of the island is the village of Carloway. In terms of prehistoric interest, on no account should the Carloway Broch, or fortified tower, be overlooked. It's thought to be 2,500 years old. The building skills used to create it were highly sophisticated, obviously, judging by the fine condition it has retained to this day. On the eastern slopes of Loch Roig, one of the greatest prehistoric stone circles in the British Isles, the standing stones of Callanish. They are 4,000 years old. Unlike Stonehenge, which relates to the sun, the Callanish stones appear to relate to the astronomical observations of the moon. The area surrounding Callanish is rich in terms of prehistoric remains, most of those between 3,000 and 4,000 years old. It's little wonder that archaeologists visit the island in droves. On the east coast of Lewis is the administrative centre of the Western Isles, Stornoway. It was often referred to in the past as Great Stornoway of the Castle. Lewes Castle was built by Sir James Matheson in the mid-19th century. It was subsequently home to Lord Leverhulme before it became a college of further education. Dutch fishing fleets were often to be seen in Stornoway Harbour during the 17th century, and by the 19th century it had become a thriving fishing port. Stornoway's economic success in this respect can be seen from the many grand houses throughout the town. For a fuller view of the island's history, a visit to the Stornoway Museum is highly recommended. These are the areas of Coll and Back, north of Stornoway. And Tolsta Head on the northeast, where rocks and stacks of a kind unique to the west coast of Scotland are plentiful. There's evidence of prehistory throughout this region also. An Iron Age burial ground has been discovered, for example, in Barvis. The expansive Barvis Moor appears bleak and menacing to some, yet peaceful and inviting to others. The beaches on the north coast. The district of Ness, encompassing many separate villages, is a unique, self-contained Lewis community, very much with its own identity. The Western Isles end here at the Butt of Lewis. And apart from the islands of Sulishka and Rona, the next stop is the Faroe Isles. This really does feel like the edge of the world.